Can you both please raise your right hand? Your right hand, ma'am.
Oh, sorry.
Do you each solemnly lower your hands and counsel for the Attorney General's office?
Valerie Laskowski for the state, Your Honor.
There's some housekeeping matters. The first is I'm providing you notice that you have a right to a de novo hearing for the referring court regarding any decisions made by me because I'm an associate judge. Also, we're in court even though you're not in a courtroom location, and so we treat it as such. Court should be given your full attention as if you were in a courtroom at a bench before me. Also, you should treat each other with respect and use appropriate language. Generally, one person is asked questions at a time by the Assistant Attorney General. You're not the person being asked questions. Unless you have a legal objection, please don't interrupt or answer the other party. Wait till it's your turn to either be asked questions or at the end, you'll both be given a chance to speak because it appears you're both representing yourself. Also, please know I'm not with the Attorney General's office. I don't have access to their files. And so even if you told them something in the back or previously or given them something, I don't have it in my head, so I can't consider it when making my ruling. So it's real important during this hearing that you appropriately present your evidence so I know anything important I need to know for the case. And lastly, it does appear you're both representing yourselves. So you are expected to know and follow the law. Neither me nor my court staff can give you legal advice, or can the Attorney General's office. You must be prepared to present your evidence and your witnesses. You may proceed, Ms. Laskowski.
All right, Judge. We do have some agreements which the state would like to announce at this time. The parties have come to an agreement regarding conservatorship. The parties have agreed for the court to appoint Ms. Rodriguez as managing conservator of the child and Mr. Channell as possessory conservator of the child, with Ms. Rodriguez having an exclusive right to designate the primary residency of the child without geographic restrictions. The parties have also come to an agreement on the matter of current child support from Mr. Channell to Ms. Rodriguez. The parties have agreed for the court to set current child support based on minimum wage presumptions, one child before the court, and no others that Mr. Channell has any obligation to support. That would be current child support of $220 per month, beginning May 1st, 2024. And cash medical support of $57 per month, beginning May 1st, 2024, with Ms. Rodriguez being ordered to apply for a government health plan for the child. The parties have agreed to no retroactive medical support, no retroactive dental support. The parties have agreed to a retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $7,161 as of April 17th, 2024. And the parties have also agreed for Mr. Channell to pay that off at the rate of $50 per month, beginning May 1st, 2024. And that is the extent of the agreement. The contested matter is possession and access, Judge.
And I'm going to need to hear some evidence on their agreements that are not the presumptions.
Oh.
All right.
Which probably will tie in anyway to the visitation.
Okay. Ms. Rodriguez, or the state would call Ms. Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Do you believe it's in Samuel's best interest for the court to sign an order that reflects these terms that I just announced?
I'm sorry. You were asking if this, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
So, ma'am, have I accurately stated the terms of the agreement you have come to with Mr. Channell and the state today?
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry.
All right. Do you believe the terms of that agreement are in Samuel's best interest?
Yes.
All right. Has anyone forced you into entering into that agreement today?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything in exchange for entering into that agreement today?
No.
All right. Are you asking the court to sign an order that reflects the term agreement that I just announced?
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez, how old is Samuel?
12.
Does Samuel have any special needs?
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. He's 11. He's going to be 12. Sorry.
What kind of special needs does Samuel have?
He's on the autistic spectrum. Yeah, autistic spectrum disorder.
Is Samuel verbal?
No, not really.
Okay.
He speaks a few words, but not in full sentences.
How does Samuel communicate?
He could communicate like yes, no, even though sometimes he'll get confused by it. And then he also uses for assistance a core board that helps him like tell us like if he's hungry, like I'm hungry, I want that. But yes, he's still like not very verbal. I mean, we're working on communication.
What kind of school does Samuel attend?
He goes to junior high, and he does. He is in the special needs classroom.
Does Samuel require any special type of care?
Oh, no. I mean, with the people or like when I take care of him, like if he needs anything extra or what?
Does he require any? Can he be left alone? Does he require supervision?
Yes, yes. He needs supervision. He does not left alone.
Okay. Does Mr. Channell have any experience caring for Samuel?
He's cared for him before in the past, but it's been a really long time since he's seen him, so I don't know how that's going to be.
How long?
Over 2 years.
Do you believe it's in Samuel's best interest for Mr. Channell to have overnight visits with Samuel at this time?
No, not at this time.
Why not?
I don't know how it's going to be if I was to like leave him alone the whole night, and I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with that because
why does that concern you?
I'm concerned. I'm sorry. I'm concerned about his behavior and how it's going to be for him. And I don't know if
You're concerned about whose behavior, Mr. Channell's or Samuel's?
No, Samuel's.
Okay.
And
why are you concerned about that?
I don't know how he would be since he hasn't seen him in so long, and just to like go to his house for the night. I don't know. That's the thing is, I don't know if that would be a good idea for him right now. I mean,
why do you think that would be harmful to Samuel?
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's going to be harmful. That's the thing too. I can't really say like. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea. That's why I don't know if it's for me to say yes. I think that's a great idea. I don't know right now if it is, and just the like I said, the situation that he's been. I don't know how it's gonna be. I just thought like maybe if you see him first for a while, or I don't know if it's a great idea to just like
Ms. Rodriguez, the last time Mr. Channell saw Samuel, how did that visit go?
The last time he saw him was the last time he left the house. I mean, left from living with us. It wasn't. It
When
wasn't.
when the three of you lived together,
Yeah,
did
I believe that was.
when the three of you lived together as a family, did Mr. Channell care for Samuel?
Yes, at times, yes.
Uh, do you believe he cared for Samuel well at that time?
It wasn't like that. It wasn't bad, but he wouldn't go to stores with him. He wouldn't take him places. He wouldn't be with him in public. Recall the year or two before we even split up. While we were together, he had told me that he didn't want to be anywhere with him in public. So from that year, anytime I had to go to the store, anytime for school, anything like that, it was just me and my I was the person responsible. He wasn't he wouldn't help with that kind of stuff. He would help me if like to take care of him and stay home, but he wouldn't do any of the other things that you know that a parent should be doing, or
What do you mean by other? What do you mean by other things?
like I said, he just only would take care of him at home. Like he wouldn't any doctor's appointment, anything like that. Like that was he wouldn't do any of that stuff. Like that's what I mean. Like he would only he would take care of him while like he would be there with him, but he wouldn't go anywhere with him. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, does that make sense? Am I speaking clearly? Like, sorry, I'm just trying to repeat what's been said in the past before and what
Ma'am,
has
are you
happened.
are you and Mr. Channell able to make decisions together?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a while, and the last time I reached out to him, he told me not to call or text. So
When was that?
I don't know. That was I remember that was when my mom had passed. It was January 27th, I believe. It was like maybe a day after. That was the day after. That was the last time I had any contact with him. Was the don't talk, don't call, don't text. So I don't do that.
Did he say anything else?
I'm sorry. I have a new family.
How would Samuel recognize Mr. Channell as his father?
Yeah. Yes. We were going over the family members in the household, and I did keep him or he could know, like, this is your dad.
How does Samuel react to new environments?
It's really difficult for him.
How so?
When he's uncomfortable or he doesn't want to be somewhere, it's hard for him to verbalize it. And sometimes he could get aggressive and, physical, like get upset.
What does it take to get Samuel comfortable in those situations or with those situations?
It's difficult. It for me, it's hard bringing him around new places and stuff like that. He does like have schedules and like things that are familiar places. Like if he goes to a certain time of day, it's kind of like he likes to have a certain way. Sometimes when I disrupt that, it's difficult. It's hard to get through this kind of stuff. Like recently, I went with him to a field trip, and we were having a good time and stuff. And I believe he was getting tired, or he was ready to go. And I was just trying to keep him, with the classroom, and he just was getting upset. He's just not having it with me, and he just started scratching me and like pinching me, my arms. So that was kind of a difficult thing that just happened recently. That actually happened yesterday.
Do you think it's in Samuel's best interest for Mr. Channell to have overnight visits with Samuel at this time?
No, I don't think that's in his best interest right now.
What kind of visits do you think it is in Samuel's best interest for Mr. Channell to have?
Well, I would like to start off with supervised visits.
Why do you think his first phase should be supervised?
Because I don't know how it's going to be for the both of them. For him to take care of him and with his problems. I mean, with his not problem.
I have a question. Ms. Laskowski, what is Mr. Channell asking?
Mr. Channell is asking for a standard possession and access order for parents over 100 miles apart.
Continue. So the parties don't look at each other? Can you get into that a little? Logistics?
Ms. Rodriguez, who do you think should supervise these visits?
If I could like ask somebody, like maybe a family member or somebody that they could supervise.
And what part of the state of Texas are you residing in right now?
I live in Dickinson, Texas, Galveston County.
Okay. How long have you lived in Dickinson?
For a really long time, over 15 years probably.
Okay. Do you have any kind of plans to move away from Dickinson?
No, not at the time.
Okay. Do you have any family outside of the Houston, Dickinson area that you might go to?
No, no.
Where does he live?
Oh, was that a question to me?
Do you know where Mr. Channell lives? Channell lives?
No, I don't.
Mr. Channell is residing in Kemp, Texas.
Where is that?
That is a little over 1 hour south of Dallas. That is Kaufman County.
Did you reside together in Galveston County before the separation? Ma'am?
Yes, before the separation.
He moved out of Galveston area?
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez, since Mr. Channell moved to Kemp, what kind of efforts has he made to see Samuel?
None.
Okay. Do you believe Mr. Channell is capable of making responsible decisions for Samuel?
I don't know.
Pass to witness, Judge.
You may call your next witness.
The state would call Mr. Channell. Mr. Channell, when did you move away from Dickinson?
I believe it was 2020.
Why did you move away from Dickinson?
Because I didn't get along with Brenda. We had arguments and disagreements.
Was there a reason you did not choose a place that was closer to Samuel instead of a place as far as Kemp?
We'll have family here, so I have no family in Houston or Galveston, and my family is here.
Since your move, what kind of efforts have you made to see Samuel?
Well, I did try and ask if I could see him. I text Brenda about it, but she didn't ever answer me back. She didn't respond to my text.
When was that?
About a year ago, or a little less than a year ago.
Are you and Ms. Rodriguez able to communicate about Samuel and his needs?
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you called Ms. Rodriguez to ask how Samuel was doing?
Maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
Did you get any response to that?
No, I did not.
Did you ever tell Ms. Rodriguez that you have a new family?
I did.
Did you tell her not to contact you?
I did.
Why?
I feel like she might try to cause problems, and I don't know.
I'm sorry, who might cause problems?
I was afraid that Brenda would cause problems with us.
What kind of problems? With who?
With my new family. Just like
What does that mean, family?
because I live with someone else now.
Have you had children with that person?
No, I do not.
Okay. I'm going to be blunt with you. Your answers are coming across kind of cryptic. So please answer the questions.
You think it's reasonable to ask the mother of your child not to contact you at all?
Well, I don't want to. I don't want her to cause any problems and like harassment or calling late at night.
Has she done that before?
Yeah, she called. She called one night pretty late, and I asked her not to call or text me after that.
You know how Samuel reacts to new environments?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. All right. When was the last time you had Samuel in a new environment?
Well, like Brenda said, I didn't really like to take him places because of his behavior and outbursts, I guess. It was really hard to take him grocery shopping. He'd try to wander off or just have outbursts and behavioral problems.
So if that, do you still feel that way?
Yeah, somewhat, yes.
So if he comes to visit you for an entire weekend, what do you expect to do?
I'll try to keep him calm and
Try
comfortable.
to keep him what? I'll calm.
Do you expect to be able to just not take him out an entire weekend?
No, not at all.
But you still feel embarrassed to take him out?
No, it's just certain places that, you know, it's not good for him, like grocery shopping or out to dinner, stuff like that. I would take him to for like recreational, like the park or the zoo or something like that. I think he's okay.
What kind of possession and access are you asking the court to order today?
I'm just asking for 1 weekend a month, unsupervised.
Where do you live? A house, an apartment?
A house.
How many people live in the house?
There are 4 of us.
How many of those 4 people are adults?
2.
Who are the other 2?
There's the kids, age 6, 5, and I'm sorry, 7, 5 and 7.
These kids come from? Like, you're being very vague, sir. Are they the person you're living with's kids?
Yes.
Okay, please just, it's going to take a lot less time if you're just forthcoming with your answers.
Right.
How many bedrooms are in this house?
3 bedrooms. Sorry, 4 bedrooms.
And how are the bedrooms allotted?
2 boys sleep together. The girl has her own room, and we have our own bedroom.
I thought you said there were 2 children, not 3.
Yes, 3 children.
And these overnight visits, these weekend visits that you're asking for, where would you set Samuel up for the night?
We have a couch that can turn into a bed
Where is it located?
in the living room.
How many bathrooms are in this house?
2.
I'm going to pass the witness, Judge.
Okay. The state doesn't represent either of you, so I'm going to give you both a chance to say anything else you think is important. Ma'am, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Me? Like just to add anything or what?
Yeah, if there's anything else you think I need to hear.
I feel like the important stuff is what we've discussed.
Okay, Mr. Channell, is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I do want to add on something, say something else. The reason that I called him so late was my mom had went to the hospital and she had passed away. She had passed away. And I wasn't trying to cause any trouble. I was just really having a hard time dealing with that. And I made the mistake of trying to contact him. And I just want to make that clear. Don't harass people, and that wasn't my intent. I just wanted to make that clear.
Cases like this are super hard to rule on, because in addition to just, there's a lot of issues here. The child hasn't seen you, sir, in 2 years. You live many hours from the child. Your child is autistic. So schedules mean the world. Consistency means the world. By definition, that your child's, from what I've heard, your child had meltdowns when they left the house sometimes. And I'm guessing it's unpredictable sometimes. And so all of this, and you're asking for a possession order, sir, where you don't even have a consistent schedule. And I understand for a neurotypical child, it would be convenient to pick 1 weekend per month. But I'm just not sure that this child is going to do well with a 1 weekend per month that you pick 14 days in advance is going to, yeah, I don't even think you're going to want that child in your possession, sir. Can you imagine driving to Dickinson, picking up your child who hasn't seen you in 2 years, driving, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours with that child, without his mom who he's used to a strange house he's never been to, with 3 children he doesn't know, and having him stay there for the weekend on a pull-out couch in a living room? Do you really think that's going to lead to a happy weekend for anyone? I mean, do you honestly? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But from what I'm hearing, I don't, and I'm concerned about that. And I want you to have a relationship with your child. I'm not saying this from the perspective of stop feeding them, but I think you got to be honest about what's going to be the most productive and beneficial way to build that relationship so that it is good and strong, and so that he's not melting down the whole time or scared.
I believe so, yes.
Do you think that will work, that you picking a weekend 14 days in advance?
I think so. Pretty sure, yeah.
Why do you think so?
Well, 2 weeks in advance seems like what's the word? Pretty good time frame, you know, pretty good advance notice, I guess. And I think that he would enjoy to get out and just to get out for a while. I think he likes that.
And ma'am, you have a family member who could do initial supervised visits?
Yeah, I was thinking of asking my sister.
Your son knows your sister well?
Yes.
Here's my ruling. I'm going to approve the agreements that y'all made. So I'm going to order that Ms. Rodriguez is the managing conservator and that Mr. Channell is the possessory conservator. Ma'am, you'll have the right to designate the primary residence of Samuel without regard to a residency restriction. I'm going to approve the current child support of $120 each month beginning May 1st of 2024. I'm going to approve the government medical assistance plan. Order Ms. Rodriguez to continue with that, and order Mr. Channell to pay Ms. Rodriguez $57 each month beginning May 1st of 2024. I'm going to approve and order a retroactive child support judgment against Mr. Channell in the amount of $7,161 as of April 17th, 2024, and set a cash medical payment of $50 a month beginning May 1st of 2024. And sir, how often could you get down here to Dickinson area?
I think once a month would be great.
You don't think you could make it down here any more often so you could more consistently see Samuel?
Maybe twice a month. Sometimes just I don't have it's kind of hard to afford the drive.
For supervised visits. And ma'am, you're okay with it being your sister?
Yes.
By Miss Rodriguez's sister. what location? Where will the visit be? Where would he go?
Well, if it has to be like a certain place,
Well, he has to show up somewhere, ma'am.
Okay, yes. Okay, I
otherwise,
just wanted
you know.
to. Okay, I mean, I would say at our place because that's where he feels most comfortable. But I mean, I don't want to like just say it has to be at my place or anything like that. I mean, well, the thing is where my sister lives. I don't know if that would be a ideal.
He needs a location to go to, though.
Okay, well, if there's like I said,
it could start at your house, and then you can always agree to other things.
yes, that's fine. I just don't want to make it seem like it has to be my house. I mean, it could start off there if that's okay. But yes, I mean.
So supervised visits by supervised by Miss Rodriguez's sister or another competent adult designated by you. I guess at least to start at your house from 1 to 5. And normally I do on the first, third, and fifth Saturday of the month, sir. Do you want me to only order on the second and fourth Saturday of the month?
Yes, that's fine.
On the second and fourth Saturday of the month. For 10 visits. After those 10 visits, and you have to complete them, can't just be waited out. It'll be 1 to 5 on the first, I'm sorry, on the second and fourth Saturday of the month. Unsupervised pickup and drop-offs at your house, ma'am. For 10 visits. After that, it'll be the eight to 5 on the second and fourth Saturdays of the month. For 10 visits. And then it'll move from 6 p.m. Saturday to 6 p.m. Sunday on the second and fourth Saturdays. For 10 visits. And I guess then he'll move to the standard possession order. The visits, and you have to get through each section to get to the next one.
Okay.
And the pickup and drop-offs will be at Miss Rodriguez's house. Okay. The Attorney General's office is going to draft an order based on my ruling today, and they'll send it to both of you through DocuSign to review and sign off on. And so the AG's office is going to help you back to your breakout rooms. Good luck with everything going forward. I'm going to stop there. Thank you.